Hello. Boys and girls, I am absolutely thankful to be home. I was outside in that car for a while and I didn't realize that the cold in that car was so bad. But my brother asked me this morning, he said, "What is wrong with that car? Where's the heat?" So I'm like, but I normally have hot flashes and stuff so I could feel a little chill. But then my mother got in the car. She said, "Why is this car so cold?" So then I said, "Okay." And then turned around, she says to me, her and my brother tells me to go to this guy and have him look at my car, and she's describing somebody. I said, "That sounds like my mechanic." And then so I dropped my mother at the store and I said, "Let me see something." So I went and found him. I didn't think he was going to be outside, and my hands are still thawing out. They were frozen. But I didn't know that was him. So I went to him to tell him that my car was cold. And then I asked him, who, if he was so and so. He said, "Yeah." I said, "And do you know?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Oh my goodness." And come to find out, when I used to be at the house, he was in the backyard working on cars, and I didn't realize that. He was my mechanic now. Oh my goodness. So, boys and girls, let me tell y'all. So now I want to take out some of my leftovers with the crab meat, the potatoes, the sausage, everything. And I'm going to put it in this beautiful bowl. I'm going to heat it up. Mm-mm. I am sitting here feeling so freaking grateful because I had $30 that I was going to put into a envelope I was working on. So then he said all I needed was antifreeze. So I went to the store, and when I was in the store, my brother told me to go to Dollar General, so I went to get some gas at the gas station, and then I asked ChatGPT how much the antifreeze was at Dollar General. So while I'm there, it said $19 to something like 25. So while I was at the gas station, I asked how much theirs was, and theirs was 15. So I saved myself from having to drive all the way over there when I was already over here, and I had to go back over there. But I kid you not, while I was driving, I did notice a few times that my hands were really cold. Now, up here, I really don't have too much feeling in the car to feel that it's cold. So I had my coat down, had my hat off and everything, but I noticed my hands were a certain way. That's when I said, okay. So then when I got back with the antifreeze and the $9 that I gave him to do the job, he was doing it, and then as soon as he did it, the heat popped, and then I realized how freaking cold that car was. So I had someone in the car with me a few times when we took a little vacation ride over to the casino, and she mentioned that she wasn't cold, but I noticed that her hat was on and everything. I'm gonna send this video too to let her know you were cold in that car. You just didn't want to say anything because my freaking hands still, and I've been home for a good 10 minutes, but when I was outside, I was like, please do not let my package get stolen. Now, I don't remember what's in this package, but I do know what I'm expecting that I want for Miranda. So I didn't realize that I had a package out for delivery. Something told me to check when I was outside, and I was outside and it said I had a package out for delivery. Now, I am actually missing a package that I know I ordered because I remember around the time the total came to, but I don't see the order on my computer anywhere. So I'm actually waiting to see if it shows up, but I do see it in my records where it said the total came to. So there you go. Anyway, I'm gonna put my little bit now. I left myself a little bit for a nibble if I get hungry because I can't cook not today. Not today. But that is definitely. Whew, that is hot. Boys and girls. And guess what? He's retiring. Oh, you can't get better than that. That's why when I'm in frugal groups, I tell people you need to get to know a mechanic that knows you, that trusts you, that will work on your car when you walking around with broke bill money in your pocket. So the good thing is I'm very honest within myself and within other people. All I had was $9 left, and I told them. But the blessing is, whenever, like, say if I'm in a neighborhood or whatever, even if I don't want McDonald's for myself and I feel like driving through, I'll pick up McDonald's and I'll take him McDonald's. I'll pick up chicken somewhere and I'll take him chicken. If it's really hot outside, and just say I'm in a Dollar Tree and I'm picking up something, I'll pick up, 2 bottles of cold water and I'll take him. So I do have my way of feeling like I am still a part of society doing human things. I'm not a taker by any means, not by any means. So, but I have to tell you something else. I need a little bit of conference time with y'all. But your girl needs something to eat. This bowl is hot. I don't believe I'm going to be keeping these bowls. I don't use them that often, but I realized that bowl is hot and my hand is feeling a certain way. And when I say a certain way, I mean arthritis issues. Ooh, Woo. It's after 5. I think I had a pizza around 7 something this morning. But I got a phone call today from someone who absolutely adores me. And the phone, when he called to find out if I have enough food in my house for the holiday, for the storm, because we're getting a really bad storm. It's supposed to be the worst storm in Foreverville. So he wants to know if I have enough food in my house to provide for me. So, of course, I said yes. Now, my refrigerator is walking around on Nakedville. But my freezer, I have food. But I had to deal with the fact that this person is a very decent person. And this person has a very admirable connection to me. But I am feeling a certain type of way. And he feels like, he's the good guy and he was raised a certain type of way and he can't do this type of behavior, which means he's not going to mistreat a woman. Absolutely not. But he was very vocal with how he feels about me. Now, me and him been in each other's lives for years. And if you were on my last channel, you might have even seen him in my house. But I don't want anyone to put their mouth on me. And I don't care how it sounds. I don't want my mouth, your mouth, none of the mouth. It doesn't have any relation to whatever we have. We could be cooking, we could be sleeping in the same bed, we could be taking a shower together. I don't give a damn. Don't put your mouth on me, and I'm not putting my mouth on you. That's the dynamics of the whole boundary. That's it. And I had to listen to everything he said. And then he said, "Are you there?" I said, "Yep, I'm listening." And he said, you give people a try and they mistreat you, but I'm a good man, and a good man he is. He was like, I'm trying to save for my future, but I can help you, and I know he would, because he'll call me to find out if I need something, or he'll call me and say, whatever, even though there's nothing between us. But I kid you not, I had to talk to my mother, and emotionally, I am connected emotionally to someone else. Whether I will ever have access to another human has nothing to do with it. But my mother wants me to go out tonight because we're supposed to go out so we can have a conversation, we can talk. But I said, the boundary is not being lifted. Absolutely not. And she feels I should just make it clear that I just can't partake in any type of connection whatsoever outside of friendship. And I don't have a problem being friends, and none whatsoever. And the blessing with this person is they're a social worker, also a government worker in both jobs, which means patience with me is what he has, and he's had I've known him over 15, 20 years. But I'm sorry. I can't. I have nothing to offer in a traditional relationship when it comes to what is walking around in society now, because I'm not going to bend my boundaries for anyone. I can't survive in that metric anymore. So I'm gonna have to decide whether or not I'm gonna go out. And I did choose where the date would be, and it would be White Castles. And I also made it clear that I had enough to pay for my own meal, so I didn't want to feel like, you took me somewhere and I owed you something, because I'm not playing that game. But that's not. I don't have to worry about that type of stuff anyway. But boys and girls, let me tell you, I don't think I don't think I'm going. I don't think I'm going, and that's because I've never been in. I'm not the type of person to go out and get in people's vehicles and all the other stuff. No, I've seen the vehicle, but I've never been in it. But I would love to get in it. It's nice, but I think I'm gonna stay home. Mm, 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 mm. I think I'm gonna stay home because, and I don't know. I feel as if I'm very honest and say that there's absolutely nothing going to be there unless you can at least promise that you understand what we will not have, and you will never ask me later down the line to change my mind, because that is where I'm going to lose it. And the blessing is he knows nothing about what I just went through, other than he knew that I was feeling a certain type of way before I went through the massive snap. He knew what I was feeling like because of why, but he doesn't know what I actually went through. But I don't think I'm going. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. One thing about me, I can take my own self to White Castles. Yep, absolutely. Now, if this package has what I'm hoping it has in it, it has Miranda's gift. It has Miranda's gift, but I don't know. I didn't bother to look to see what was in my package. Okay, boys and girls. Now somebody, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, but two people mentioned when I was cooking my pizza to get a pizza cutter. So here's my pizza cutter, and thank you so much for commenting. Here's my pizza cutter now. I'm not sure. That looks like plastic or something. That looks like plastic, but I have a pizza cutter. Now, look at Miranda's little gift. Now, I'm not gonna, I love it. I love it. She's so spoiled. I think it's a little bit big, but I said, let me get one first and then get her another one. She's so spoiled. What I'm actually trying to do, I was trying to decorate where my computer is, where I was going to make her bed and everything. But because of the noise and everything, and I'm actually having a ball, staying in that one room and only going in there when I'm crafting, and I don't stay in that room with all of that in there, all through the day. So I'm really happy that I've been in my room. But now I have to figure out. But I love this. This is so cute. So she's going to get her little wash up and change into this. But I'm trying to find her some type of thing to put on her head, because I want to protect her hair. And I got my friend commented that lives in this building on the 11th floor about Miranda on Facebook. Between her and my other friend that lives on the other side of town that comes here. Now, when he comes here, he picks up Miranda, sits down with Miranda on the couch and said, "Daddy's home. It's mommy mistreating you." I'm like, what? here cracking up. He will sit down on the couch and watch TV and with her in his arm. But I kid you not, he has, I say, maybe like 5 kids, and he is an excellent father. So it's so funny to watch him with Miranda. When my neighbor comes here, I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see Miranda. She goes straight to Miranda and you're like, yeah, it is so cute. It is so cute. Oh my goodness. But this is what I wanted. So I'm gonna put it in the washing machine for when the next load washes, which I already did my laundry for today. And so there goes that. But I'm gonna go in my room, turn on some TV, and be thankful that I figured out what's wrong with that freaking car. But what I have to do now is figure out a funding mechanism that I can actually get that car in someone's garage so they can just go under. But what I was feeling was the liquid. So what I'm gonna do probably next month is go just pull up in the garage and ask somebody to check my oil, and that should be like $80. Have somebody check my oil. I don't really like to wait for the light to come on. I'm that driver, so I'll have someone check my brakes. And the good thing is, he'll tell me if I need my brakes. If I don't, he won't change them. But I want to make sure that I preserve Susie as long as I can. But I kid you not, boys and girls, Susie needs a bath. I am so thankful to be in that garage, because if I was parked on the street with all that snow and that dirty water, and Susie would look a hot mess. But she looks a hot mess. But it is a good thing that that car is underneath the garage. It would be worse, but it will not be getting a bath until June. Maybe May. But they say April showers, May flowers, and all that. So I am a grinder. I need to go in that garage, in the wash, and they need to get in Susie and outside Susie. She looking real bad. I looked at her, I'm like, what is that? It's as if somebody was leaning on it and had their hand, and But I'm not gonna lie. I usually wash my car in the garage. About 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I go down there with my little wheel wagon with 2 buckets of water, and I wash Susie up. But I cannot wash Susie up with my hands like this. This hand right here is having problems, having real problems. What I'm gonna have to do is research on like some training I can do with my hands. But I'm doing walking and kickboxing, every morning. So I am, doing this, and then when I do my arms, I put my hands like this and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do something, but I have to do a little research to figure out something. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. But I have to tell y'all something, boys and girls. Your girl is grinding. Your girl is grinding. I got another alert with some sprinkles from YouTube, and I don't know what I did. I went on there today, and it said all of the sprinkles. But are you gonna tell me what I did? But it is so nice. But I have to thank you all, because my subscribers are consistent, and that is all I need to work on is consistency, because I have really been watching people's videos, and they bank everything on that one big video that just give them the gravy, and then if they can't do it again, they lose everything. I can't afford to go homeless. I have nowhere to go. Absolutely. Well, I do have somewhere to go, and I might start thinking about that, because the person that called today would put a roof over my head in a minute. I would never have to wonder about shelter. That I do know, but there is a beautiful price for having your own. I kid you not, boys and girls. And I feel bad because I had to really hear how this person feel, and I'm so thankful that they even see some quality in me because I am a good girl, and I'm damn sure a good girlfriend. And loyalty, I can give anybody loyalty. I'm not giving what I just don't want, and I'm not going to bend on that. Absolutely not. My sanity doesn't cost. I can't give my sanity away like that. Mm, 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 mm. Someone left me a comment and said, "You have problems," but I believe they meant it in a not so kind way. But I was in a moment of prayer when I read the comment. So God delivered it in kindness, and I commented back in kindness. This channel will not tolerate savage behavior, and I'm not going to let that ruin this foundation that I'm building. So I do have problems, and I was thankful that kindness was bestowed from her to remind me that kindness is free, and that is the comment that I left. I was going to delete it, block it. I said, no, honey. That was a blessing that she provided me because she let me see that God provides kindness. It is in our control. But when that man fixed my car, I was out of the car, I had the door opened, and the song "God Will Provide," I cannot remember the person's name, came on in the car, and I was outside. I'm tired of people looking at me with no hat on outside. Like, I'm really tired of it. But I was outside and I was just feeling so good because the song came right on time when that man was fixing my car. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. No one is going to dampen what I'm working on. I did my kitchen today, and I'm working on my living room because I have to make my space accommodate for the ventures that are going on in my life. I need to see certain things to remind me every room I walk into where my peace comes from, and it comes from my hands. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.